Welcome back to Agro TV, where we bring the forgotten legends of farming history back to life. Today, we'll explore 10 vanished antique tractors that were too advanced for their time. These were not ordinary machines. They were ambitious designs that pushed the limits of what agriculture could be. Some introduced technologies decades ahead of their competitors, from experimental transmissions and radical engines to crawler systems and comfort features that seemed almost futuristic. For the farmers of their day, these tractors often looked like miracles, delivering innovation that promised to make work easier, faster, and more productive. Yet, despite their brilliance, many were simply too advanced for their era. The market wasn't ready, parts were difficult to service, or the cost was too high for struggling farmers. One by one, they disappeared, leaving behind only a few rare survivors and the memory of bold ideas that shaped the machines of the future. In this countdown, we honor those antique tractors that arrived before their time, vanished too soon, yet still left a permanent mark on agricultural history. This is Agro TV. Let's begin. Number 10. The Oliver 77, produced throughout the late 1940s and 1950s, was a cornerstone of mid-century American farming, combining modern engineering with striking design and dependable performance. Built by the Oliver Corporation as part of its Fleetline series, the 77 was available in row crop, standard, and orchard configurations, offering flexibility for a wide range of agricultural tasks. Under the hood, it housed a 6-cylinder engine, either gasoline, diesel, or LP gas, producing around 35 to 40 horsepower, delivering smooth, steady power through a 6-speed transmission. Farmers appreciated its comfortable operator station, live PTO, and hydraulic system, which made it efficient for plowing, cultivating, and belt work. Its streamlined sheet metal, two-tone green paint, and distinctive grille gave it a modern, almost automotive look that stood out in the field. The Oliver 77 wasn't just practical, it was proud, built to work hard and look good doing it. Do you think tractors today still manage to balance form and function as well as this classic did? Number 9. The Fowler BB1 plowing engine from the early 1900s is a monumental example of British agricultural engineering at its most powerful and purposeful. Built by John Fowler and Company of Leeds, this steam-powered Titan was designed specifically for heavy-duty cable plowing on large estates and farmland, where horsepower alone could not manage the dense soil. Unlike traditional tractors, the BB1 worked in pairs, positioned on opposite sides of a field, using a winch and steel cable system to drag a plow back and forth with remarkable precision and force. Its massive twin-cylinder compound engine, often producing upwards of 20 nominal horsepower, equivalent to well over 100 horsepower by modern reckoning, was fueled by coal and water and could run for hours with minimal intervention. With its enormous flywheels, chain-drive gear systems, and multi-ton cast iron frame, the BB1 was as much a mobile factory as a farming tool. Though its sheer size limited maneuverability, its efficiency in plowing and drainage trenching revolutionized large-scale agriculture before the rise of diesel tractors. Today, the Fowler BB1 stands as a symbol of the steam era's peak, raw, imposing, and deeply ingenious. What's your take? Is steam power still the most visually striking form of industrial design? Number 8. The Field Marshal Series 2, produced from 1945 to 1953, is a standout in post-war British tractor design, rugged, simple, and built to work under virtually any condition. Emerging from Marshall, Sons and Company in Gainsborough, it was engineered to meet the needs of farmers seeking durable, low-maintenance machinery during an era of reconstruction and resource scarcity. At its heart was a massive single-cylinder, two-stroke diesel engine displacing over 6,500 cubic centimeters, producing around 40 horsepower with a trademark bark that made it instantly recognizable. Starting the engine was an event in itself, requiring a smoldering paper cartridge in the cylinder head and a hefty swing of the starting handle, highlighting both the tractor's mechanical rawness and its no-nonsense ethos. The Series 2 featured a 6-speed gearbox, heavy-duty rear linkage, and a power takeoff, making it versatile enough for plowing, threshing, and haulage duties. Its robust steel construction, upright exhaust, and minimalist open cab layout gave it a tough, workhorse presence that appealed to farmers across the UK and abroad. More than just a tractor, the Field Marshal Series 2 became a post-war icon of agricultural self-reliance. Do you think machines like this still have a place in today's precision farming world? Number 7. The Fowler Gyrotiller, produced during the 1920s and 1930s, was a groundbreaking piece of agricultural machinery that pushed the boundaries of what mechanized land preparation could achieve. Developed by John Fowler and Company of Leeds, the gyrotiller was one of the earliest large-scale rotary tillers, conceived as an all-in-one solution for breaking up, aerating, and preparing soil without the need for multiple passes with conventional plows and harrows. Powered by a formidable diesel engine, often a McLaren or MAN unit with outputs exceeding 100 horsepower, it drove a massive horizontal rotor equipped with curved blades that churned and pulverized the soil with astonishing force and efficiency. This rotary action enabled deep cultivation in a single pass, significantly reducing the time and labor required for land preparation, especially in heavy or virgin soils. The machine itself was enormous, with some models measuring over 30 feet in length and weighing more than 20 tons, making it best suited to vast estates, plantations, and government agricultural projects, particularly in colonies where manual labor was costly or in short supply. Operated by a crew of up to 3 people, including a dedicated driver and technicians, the gyrotiller was more akin to a mobile power station than a typical tractor. Its articulated steering, steel tracks, and fully enclosed engine compartments reflected industrial design more common to construction or military equipment than farm use. Though production numbers were limited due to its size and cost, the Fowler gyrotiller left a lasting legacy, influencing the development of modern rotary cultivation equipment. It remains a dramatic symbol of interwar agricultural ambition and mechanical innovation. Would you ever expect a machine this massive to be the ancestor of today's compact rotavators? Number 6. The Bates Steel Mule, built during the 1910s and 1920s, represents a bold and unconventional chapter in early American tractor history, an era when experimentation often defined innovation. Developed by the Bates Tractor Company of Lansing, Michigan, the Steel Mule was designed as a lightweight, all-purpose agricultural machine tailored to small and mid-sized farms seeking a cost-effective alternative to traditional animal labor. What made it especially unique was its dual-track layout, featuring narrow steel tracks on each side instead of wheels, giving it exceptional grip and low ground pressure well before track traction became mainstream. Powered by a modest 4-cylinder gasoline engine producing between 15 and 20 horsepower, the Steel Mule was relatively light, typically under 3,000 pounds, but surprisingly capable, able to handle plowing, cultivating, and hauling duties with impressive stability. Its mechanical simplicity and open, skeletal frame meant easy maintenance, while the compact size allowed it to navigate tight field rows with ease. The design also eliminated the need for differential steering by braking either track independently, a feature borrowed from military tank development of the era. Despite its ingenuity, the Bates Steel Mule struggled commercially due to limited marketing and growing competition from more conventional wheeled tractors offered by major players like Fordson and International Harvester. Still, its contribution to early track-laying agricultural technology is undeniable, paving the way for modern crawler tractors and compact tracked utility machines. Have you ever seen a machine so ahead of its time, yet nearly forgotten by history? Number 5. The Huber Light 4, manufactured from 1918 into the 1920s by the Huber Manufacturing Company of Marion, Ohio, was an early attempt to blend lightweight construction with genuine utility in a post-World War I agricultural market rapidly shifting toward mechanization. Designed to be smaller and more affordable than the company's heavier steam and gasoline models, the Light 4 was aimed at average-sized American farms transitioning from horses to internal combustion. It was powered by a 4-cylinder gasoline engine, typically delivering between 15 and 20 horsepower at the belt, and featured a simple yet rugged 2-wheel drive layout. One of its standout characteristics was its high ground clearance and relatively narrow profile, making it suitable for row crop cultivation and general-purpose tasks without compacting soil. The steel-lugged rear wheels and smaller front castor wheels gave it excellent traction and maneuverability on the loose earth of Midwestern fields. Its open, skeletal frame and upright exhaust stack made it visually striking, while its minimal controls and straightforward mechanical layout appealed to first-time tractor operators still adjusting from reins to steering wheels. The Huber Light 4 was also praised for its fuel efficiency and reliability, often running for hours on a single tank, ideal for farms where downtime was not an option, although eventually overshadowed by the wave of mass-produced models from Fordson and others. The Light 4 earned a loyal following and played a crucial role in bringing mechanization within reach of the everyday farmer. In a sea of early tractors, how important do you think simplicity was in winning over cautious farmhands? Number 4. The International Harvester Mogul 8-16, produced between 1914 and 1918, marked a pivotal moment in the mechanization of American agriculture, offering a reliable and moderately priced alternative to steam power and animal draft. Developed by International Harvester as part of their early push into the gasoline tractor market, the 8-16 was named for its rated horsepower, 8 at the drawbar and 16 at the belt, delivered by a single-cylinder, water-cooled engine that ran at a slow, thumping rhythm ideal for heavy pulling. The engine, with a displacement of nearly 7,000 cubic centimeters, was started by a crank and featured a hit-and-miss governor system, giving it a distinct and rhythmic exhaust note that became its signature sound. Built on a sturdy steel chassis with large rear steel lug wheels and a narrow front axle, the 8-16 combined durability with surprising agility, making it well-suited for small to mid-sized farms. One of its major selling points was its simplicity. Operators could perform most maintenance with basic tools, and the tractor's open layout made every component accessible. Though the lack of a clutch or gearbox limited speed and flexibility, the 8-16 excelled in powering belt-driven equipment like threshers and sawmills, thanks to its dependable belt pulley system. At a time when many farmers were still skeptical of gasoline tractors, the Mogul 8-16 helped build trust in the technology, proving that dependable power could come from a machine with fewer parts and more purpose. Looking at its legacy, do you think rugged reliability matters more than complexity in early farm equipment? Number 3. The Minneapolis Moline UDLX Comfort Tractor, introduced in 1938, was one of the most ambitious and unconventional tractors ever built, boldly blending the utility of farm machinery with the comfort and style of an automobile. At a time when tractors were typically bare-bones workhorses, the UDLX broke all conventions by featuring a fully enclosed, car-like cab complete with a heater, electric starter, windshield wipers, a speedometer, a cigar lighter, and even a radio, luxuries unheard of in farm equipment. Powered by a robust 4-cylinder gasoline engine producing around 40 horsepower, it was capable of both fieldwork and highway travel, reaching road speeds of up to 40 miles per hour, thanks to its 4-speed transmission and high-speed gearing. The tractor rode on rubber tires, with advanced suspension for a smooth ride, and was designed to be driven into town after a long day in the fields, hence the Comfort Tractor name. Despite its innovative concept, the UDLX was released just as the Great Depression lingered and World War II loomed, making its premium price tag and dual-purpose nature a hard sell for the average farmer. Fewer than 150 units were ever produced, rendering it a rare collector's gem today. Yet, it left a lasting impression by daring to imagine a future where comfort and productivity coexisted in agriculture. Can you believe a tractor this luxurious existed before cruise control was even a thing in most cars? Number 2. The Case Model L, manufactured by the J.I. Case Company from 1929 to 1940, was a bold response to the growing demand for powerful, dependable tractors capable of handling the tough, large-scale farming tasks that defined the interwar and Great Depression years. As agriculture across North America shifted toward mechanization, farmers needed machines that could reliably pull multi-bottom plows, run belt-driven implements, and cover vast fields with fewer passes, and the Model L rose to meet that challenge. At its heart was a massive 4-cylinder, side-valve gasoline engine with a displacement exceeding 6,500 cubic centimeters. delivering approximately 29 horsepower at the drawbar and close to 40 at the belt. This low revving, torque-rich engine made it ideal for heavy tillage and stationary power work like threshing, sawmilling, or shelling corn. The tractor's construction was equally muscular, with a heavy cast-iron chassis, steel-lugged wheels in early versions, and later updates offering pneumatic rubber tires for improved ride and traction. Its 5-speed transmission allowed a range of speeds suitable for everything from deep tilling to light transport, while its upright radiator, long hood, and tall stance gave it an unmistakable silhouette, rugged, industrial, and entirely unapologetic. Though its size and weight made it less nimble on smaller farms, the Model L earned a reputation for raw pulling power and mechanical endurance that made it a fixture on large Midwestern operations. Operators valued its straightforward design and serviceability, often keeping these tractors running well into the 1950s and beyond. More than just a machine, the Case Model L became a symbol of resilience, powering through droughts, economic hardship, and the rough terrain of evolving agriculture. In a time when strength mattered more than sophistication, do you think the Model L captured the very spirit of American grit? Number 1. The Lanz Bulldog D9506, produced from 1921 until 1960, is a true titan of European agricultural history, an enduring mechanical icon that earned legendary status through its distinctive design, rugged simplicity, and unmatched reliability in some of the harshest farming conditions. Manufactured by Heinrich Lanz AG in Mannheim, Germany, the D9506 featured the hallmark characteristics of the Bulldog series, most notably a massive single-cylinder, two-stroke hot bulb engine displacing over 10,000 cubic centimeters and producing between 30 and 50 horsepower, depending on the model year. What made this engine particularly revolutionary was its ability to run on a variety of low-grade fuels: diesel, crude oil, kerosene, and even used motor oil, at a time when fuel availability was often unpredictable, especially in post-war rural Europe. The starting procedure was famously hands-on. A blowtorch was used to heat the hot bulb chamber to ignition temperature, followed by a manual spin of the flywheel, creating a deep, rhythmic thudding exhaust note that became the soundtrack of German agriculture for decades. Its mechanically simple layout meant fewer moving parts, reduced maintenance needs, and incredible durability, even under continuous use. The tractor's tall iron or rubber-tired wheels, high ground clearance, and heavy cast-iron construction made it incredibly robust, capable of pulling plows, powering threshing machines, and towing heavy loads across varied terrain. Its large, exposed flywheel and upright chimney-style exhaust gave it a unique silhouette that was instantly recognizable in any field. Farmers valued its versatility and longevity, often passing these machines down through generations. Even today, the D9506 is celebrated by enthusiasts and collectors across Europe for its raw, unfiltered connection to a formative era of mechanized farming. In a world of high-tech machinery, does anything quite compare to the sheer mechanical character of a Lanz Bulldog roaring to life under a cloud of smoke and steam?